year ago this week, sat for the exam, the very first inaugural exam for the AEE degree. The Leadership Institute, for those of you who don't know, 5 years ago began, and the result of all the hard work of the folks behind me, all the voluntary work of the folks behind me, the result is standing right in front of you. So give them another round of applause. In a recent study done in the British school system, they took a large segment of folks and they measured their intelligence at the start of a process. And they found out that there was no specific difference between any individual that began the learning process. What they did find out is that a very special group of people, that 80-20%, if you remember the guideline, 20% of the folks earn 80% of the dollars in the world. Those folks have some special ingredient. That special ingredient of drive and purpose is what drove these folks, the individuals here that graduated and sat for that exam a year ago. That's the difference, that drive, the purpose, the why. A year ago I stood before you and I talked about each individual in life has to have a why. What is your purpose in life? And the bigger your why is, the better you become. These 25 individuals that will graduate before us today are individuals that have made a difference in this industry, have made a difference in their lives, their families, and in the industry and the companies that they work for. They were the individuals that had that drive and that special something, the purpose, to sit for the exam. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to just take a moment and have one of the graduates come up and just speak for a moment. And this individual will just share with you what his journey was as he began to study, sit through those classes, and then eventually take the exam last year and pass the exam and be sitting here. George, would you please come up? Ladies and gentlemen, George Schultz.
Mr. Brad Adams. hope I say this right, from the Drumcutter Valley Times, Mrs. Isabel Reddick